Total concentration breathing. Total concentration breathing is Demon Slayer's special breathing technique to enhance physical strength and reflexes. It's a special breathing style necessary for fighting demons on equal ground, as it enhances the physical strength of the characters. In Demon Slayer, the only way one can kill a demon is by cutting the neck with a Nichirin blade, or by restraining the demon until sunrise. Therefore, it is absolutely essential to be able to power up and use the total concentration breathing. So, how would it feel to get cut by the breathing styles? We're gonna find out today. We'll be looking at every breathing style to appear in Demon Slayer, so stay tuned. Water breathing. Water breathing is the go-to breathing style for the main character Tanjiro Kamado, as well as the water pillar Giyu Tomioka and Tanjiro's superior Murata. It is one of the basic breathing styles, and according to Sekonji, its flexibility and adaptability allows it to work against any attack as a defense style. True to its reputations, forms like the 11th form, Dead Calm, and Tanjiro's use of the 8th form, Waterfall Basin, to lessen the damage from demon attacks or to absorb fall impact shows just how adaptable this breathing style is. Because of how easy it is to use water breathing, many of the Demon Slayer core members use this style. There is one thing to be noted, and that is the fact that it doesn't actually create water, as it is stated in an extra page in volume 17, that it only looks like it to the viewers. According to the official fanbook, a couple demons commented how being cut by this style is kind, painful but not as bad as any of the other styles, and quick, with some going so far as to say it lets them know they aren't hated. This breathing style cuts quick and clean, leaving the cut with no more pain than necessary. This is most notable during the scene at Naragumo Mountain, when Tanjiro used Blessed Rain after the drought on the demon acting as Rui's mother. He was initially using the first form, but switched when the demon showed that she was willing to give up her own life. It is said that most demons don't feel any pain when cut by this form, and the mother spider demon even explicitly says, "It's like I'm being shot by a gentle rain. It doesn't hurt, not at all. I just feel warm. I never dreamed my end would be tranquil." The demon was suffering so much that they were willing to die for peace and tranquility, resulting in their decision to not eat humans anymore. Tanjiro probably used this form out of kindness and mercy. Throughout the entire series, Blessed Rain after the drought is the only move to be used out of mercy for the demons. No wonder water breathing has such a good reputation. Insect breathing. Insect breathing branches out from flower breathing, which itself is a branch from one of the basic breathing styles, water breathing. Shinobu Kocho created this style to compensate for her lightweight body and inability to cut demons' necks. Throughout the franchise, Shinobu is the only insect breathing user. One of its biggest characteristics is that it specializes in stabbing to efficiently poison demons. According to the official fanbook, it inflicts both physical and mental damage from its excruciating pain and the extreme sense of hopelessness that comes with it. In other words, because it's a poison-based attack, it attacks the body from the inside and deals a different feeling of pain from simply getting cut. Prime scenes with the insect breathing include the butterfly dance, Caprice against a sister spider demon on Naragumo Mountain, and of course during the battle against Kanae's killer, Doma. Being a particularly strong demon, Doma could not only break down the poison, but because of how he used clones to keep his distance. He was a poor match for Shinobu, who needed to stab him directly for the poison to take effect. Even so, Shinobu's speed and stabbing power was top tier in the Demon Slayer core, and she succeeded in stabbing Doma's eyes and hands multiple times. However, no matter how many times she successfully poisoned him, he would break it down immediately, resulting in no injury being fatal enough to finish him. Even so, Shinobu put into consideration that the information about her poison could be passed around the other demons, and that they could break down her poison. Then she used Doma's obsession over eating her to her advantage, and she devised a plan to turn her own body into poison for him to digest. As planned, Doma absorbed Shinobu and her poison, resulting in him weakening enough for Kanao and Inosuke to finish him off. She must have wanted to kill him directly and cut his neck, as she even said, "I wish I were a little bit bigger, then I would have been able to cut off demons' heads." Flower breathing. Flower breathing is derived from water breathing, and it's used by Shinobu's sister, Kanae Kocho, and Kanao Tsuyuri. Flower breathing, suited to its name, uses branches, plums, peaches, peonies, and other flowers in its form names. According to the official fanbook, some commented that it smelled good and it felt like they could go to heaven. It seems like the general final words gave more of an impression than that of the actual cut. The most famous flower breathing moments are probably when Kanao used the final form, Equinoctial Vermilion Eye, against Doma and Tanjiro. By enhancing kinetic vision, Equinoctial Vermilion Eye allows the user to see everything in slow motion, which gives them more opportunities to attack. But there is one drawback, and that is how the eyes are too sensitive, so the veins in the eyes rupture under the strain. Yikes. The eyes turn bright red, and because of the high risk of going blind, it's nearly impossible to use this move multiple times. Kanao trained by blowing into and popping specially designed gourds, and Doma was clearly impressed with her spring-like movements. While the other breathing styles focus on attacks, flower breathing is the only style that can enhance kinetic vision. Flower breathing could have been designed so that women with less power could still fight demons. Wind breathing. Like water breathing, wind breathing is one of the basic breathing styles, and key users in the series include Wind Pillar Sanemi Shinazugawa. Though it is wind breathing, first form thus Whirlwind Cutter, and the rest of the moves in this style have names connected to storms, whirlwinds, and hurricanes, resulting in a not-so-nice image. When Kokushibo saw Sanemi during the final battle, he described Sanemi as a twisting, slicing wind. Wind breathing and its slicing moves seem painful just thinking about it. According to the official fanbook, it said that it was excruciatingly painful. It was obvious how much he hated me, and that there was no sign of any sympathy. Sanemi has a rough image from how he stabbed Nezuko during the Hashira meeting, and how he has a hori with the character Kill in the back, making wind breathing seem like the perfect match. Wind breathing not only inflicts immense pain, it also covers a wide range. It allows Sanemi to attack from a distance like Kokushibo and Muzan, putting distance between him and the enemy and giving him the advantage. Stone breathing. Stone breathing is another one of the basic breathing styles. From Yomei's fighting and training scenes, it's pretty clear that a lot of simple strength is needed for this style. Yomei also doesn't use a Nichiren blade but uses an axe and flail instead. This allows the blind user to use the sounds of the chains to calculate the distance between him and his opponents, and what is where. The density of his weapon is so high, even Kokushibo said he couldn't cut it. In the official fanbook, the demons defeated by stone breathing commented, "I was so scared I wet myself. I was the one who was supposed to be crying, but because he was the one who actually was, it was confusing. I'd never seen that weapon before. It made a rumbling noise." In other words, the demons were more concerned about how terrifying Gyomei was than how it felt when they died. Looking at the actual moves in the stone breathing style, from how he flung the spiked flail for the second form upper smash, and how he used the weapon's weight and rebound to increase impact for the fifth form, Arcs of Justice. Stone breathing uses a lot of crushing and smashing attacks. Crushing and smashing. That sounds painful. But compared to the other breathing styles, death would be instant, right? Perhaps that's why most of the demons don't remember the pain but how terrifying Gyomei was. Flame breathing. Flame breathing is also a basic breathing style, with a key user being Flame Pillar Kyojuro Rengoku. Flame breathing has an incredibly long history, to the point where it's said that there was always a pillar to represent flame and water. The official fanbook says many demons thought the style was cool, with some saying, "It feels refreshing. It was refreshing as the summer sky. It was cool. It wasn't a surprise when I lost." Flame breathing in the movie Mugen Train had an incredible reputation for its beauty and power. From the flame tiger and its depiction of a burning tiger defeating the enemy, and the ninth form Rengoku, and how he himself was engulfed in flames as he charged towards the enemy. It shows how many of the moves in his style are both elegant yet direct. Similar to insect breathing and mist breathing, it has few moves that dodge or disturb the enemy, making it a style that focuses on head-to-head battles. This kind of battle style and impact is what must have given the demons that cool and refreshing feeling. Unfortunately, like stone breathing, there wasn't much to go off of in regards to how the attacks actually felt, giving it the impression that it burned the demons in an instant, which didn't leave them much to feel in the first place. Love breathing. Love breathing is a style branching from flame breathing and is used by the love pillar, Mitsuri Kanroji. This is a style specialized for Mitsuri. After experiencing her heart fluttering when she successfully protected people during a mission with Kyojuro, she figured out what style worked for her. Mitsuri used to train under Kyojuro, which meant she must have been trained to use flame breathing, though it isn't very apparent anymore. Those who experienced love breathing described it as making you want to experience sweet and slightly sour love. So it is unclear how the attack physically felt. The Nichiren sword Mitsuri uses is designed to be long and flexible like a whip. In theory, you would get hit first, then cut later. That sounds painful. Perhaps the demons were so caught up in Mitsuri's beauty that they'd forgotten the pain they felt. The first time love breathing was displayed in the series was when they fought the upper rank 4 Hantengu at the Swordsmith village. In the series, Mitsuri did the impossible by cutting through Hantengu's massive wooden dragon and the lightning demon blood art itself, showing just how creative and unique she is. Taking into consideration Mitsuri's natural strength being 8 times stronger than a normal human's, it's likely that love breathing makes delicate, sharp, yet powerful cuts. Love breathing is so unique it might be impossible for anyone other than Mitsuri to use such a strong style. Serpent breathing. Serpent breathing was also derived from water breathing and is used by the serpent pillar, Obanai Iguro. He uses a Nichiren sword with a wavy blade and cuts similar to how a snake slithers. It's very clear from the movement that water breathing is still at the base of this style. According to the official fanbook, it seems to be very painful as some demons commented. It was bad. The cut was strange. It hurts more because of the way the sword and cuts are shaped. Some also said his words hurt just as much, showing that on top of the physical pain, Obanai himself adds to the pain emotionally with his harsh muttering. Considering how serpent breathing has its roots in water breathing, it's easy to predict that it has the same characteristics of incredible speed and smooth cuts. On top of that is serpent breathing's unique techniques. During the pillar training, Tanjiro had a hard time saying, "Though we're using the same wooden sword, his sword keeps bending oddly." The unpredictable attacks on top of the snake effect makes it hard for even Muzan to dodge, allowing for Obanai to hit multiple times during the final battle. With the cuts being sharp and curved, the immense pain would probably be just as persistent and merciless as Obanai himself. Sound breathing. Sound breathing is derived from thunder breathing and is used by sound pillar Tengen Uzui. Tengen has a very unique fighting style using 2 massive Nichiren swords. In the official fanbook, it said that his cuts are clean and nice. He's massive, but his movements are silent and boring. Every movement has complicated techniques in them, which fully shows his ninja roots. Sound breathing made its first appearance during the fight against the upper rank 6 siblings, Gyutaro and Daki, in the Entertainment District arc. The attacks from the 2 massive swords and the explosive sounds that come with them characterize sound breathing. It can be theorized that all moves in sound breathing are a combination of slicing and explosions from how every attack has an explosive sound with them. Though there wasn't anything explicitly said about the pain, it's easy to assume that the double hit from the cut and explosion is incredibly painful. On the other hand, because Tengen has both the extravagant side and the delicate side in his attacks, it could lead to an end without any excess pain. Mist breathing. Mist breathing is a branch from wind breathing, used by mist pillar Muichiro Tokito. Though it's derived from wind breathing, it isn't as rough and is much quieter and more delicate. Cheeky. He ruined my self-esteem. Those eyes, the kind usually reserved for barf-covered pebbles, made me want to cry. This comment stood out in particular in the official fanbook, and it shows that rather their end, the demons remember Muichiro's cold attitude much clearer. Mist breathing debuted alongside love breathing at the Swordsmith village, specifically against upper rank 5 Gyoko. Muichiro was the first person to defeat an upper rank demon single-handedly, so his mist breathing left a very strong impression. From how Muichiro was in charge of speed during pillar training, it's likely that he can cut so fast that his enemy couldn't tell what hit them. Muichiro is the youngest and not large by any means, yet he managed to become a pillar within 2 months of picking up a sword for the first time. When taking everything into consideration, mist breathing must be a style that lets the users make for lack of physical strength with speed. Like flower breathing, it might be a style that women could use. Sun breathing. Sun breathing was the original breathing style and the beginning of all breathing styles to come. It was used by Yoriichi Tsugikuni. Because Muzan and Kokushibo prioritized raising all sun-breathing users, no sun-breathing users and in turn no black blade holders were ever pillars. However, because the sun-breathing forms were passed down from generation to generation by the Kamado line through the Hinokami Kagura, Tanjiro, the main character, can use it as well. According to the official fanbook, Muzan said it was unpleasant. Hantengu said, "It didn't heal right away and hurt like hell." During the Muzan and Yoriichi's battle scene, Muzan, who was thought to be invincible, was cut to pieces in an instant, shocking many readers. Considering the bright red Nichiren sword prevents demons from regenerating, which is their biggest advantage, and burns their cells over hundreds of years, the pain is unimaginable. At the beginning of Demons, Muzan even claimed that Yoriichi himself is a monster. The scene where Yoriichi just looked down at Muzan, who was cut to pieces and unable to regenerate, left a massive impression of how strong sun breathing is. Thinking back now, Muzan's single word, unpleasant, says everything. We finished looking at each breathing style and how comfortable or uncomfortable in most cases each of them felt. Looking back, every style was so different, it was very interesting. And now that you get the general idea, you might see Demon Slayer in a different way when you reread it. If you had to choose your way to go, which breathing style would you choose? Comment down below. Thanks for watching! We have more videos on Demon Slayer coming up. Subscribe so you don't miss the next video. We'll see you next time.